If you asked a friend about their absolute favorite Italian restaurant and they responded back with not really knowing how to explain it, they said, "Oh my gosh, this is an amazing restaurant, but I don't know how to explain it." The name of the restaurant is nasty, and you get there and the presentation of the food is awful. The restaurant seems a little dirty, and the menu descriptions don't really explain what any of the menu items are. Would you be disappointed in this experience, or would you be just overwhelmingly joyful about this experience? Probably disappointed in the experience. And that's what happens with majority of authors when they don't understand the 5 reasons why no one is buying your book. Number 1, you lack clarity. Number 2, the book cover. Number 3, the book title. Then number 4, the book description. And then number 5, the marketing. All right, let's get to it. So my name is Kyle King. I'm a 7-time published author, CEO and founder of The Writer's Game. And with our company, we focused on helping whether aspiring authors or experienced thought leaders and professionals transform audiences and transform their businesses through storytelling. Ultimately, we want to help them monetize their message and be able to magnify their voice. And in this video, our overall objective is to really be able to help you understand the different reasons. In this video, we're sharing 5 that people aren't buying your book. And the reality of it is that yes, your overall audience may buy it, your friends and families may buy it, but the challenge once we get past the initial 100 people that we tell our authors to navigate through is you're not going to be able to create visibility. You're not going to be able to create expansion. You're not going to be able to create sales and impact if no one is seeing, interested, and captivated by these 5 things that we're going to be able to share today. All right. So, number 1, you lack clarity in explaining your specific book. So, if someone asks you your book in 1 to 2 sentences max, what is your elevator pitch about what your book? My newest book, The Writer's Game: The Business Behind Your Story, helps aspiring authors and business professionals learn how to write, publish, promote, and profit from their book and generate $250,000 in a calendar year. Is that clear or is that not clear? Do you understand if you fit that specific person? Do you understand if you're potentially the audience? Do you understand the key characteristics of what will be shared and the key takeaways of what will be shared in that book? Or do you not? Oftentimes, the challenge in you delivering a marketing strategy or you attracting the potential lead or you even converting potential clients that may have been interested in buying your book is that the explanation is not clear, it's not concise, and it's surely not captivating at all. The first step is to be able to understand what your book is about, who your book is for, and what is the overall takeaway and objective of someone reading your book. That is the first step before any marketing, before anything can be communicated. If you're in the elevator with someone and say, "Hey, I see that you're an author," and you say, "What's your book about?" If they're not clear in their explanation back to you about what their book is about, you're not going to ask them more questions. You're not going to be interested in buying their book. You're just going to continue the conversation and continue to move forward. That's happened to me earlier on in my author journey, and it's happened to so many authors, probably including yourself, if you're not clear and concise about what your book is actually about. Okay. So, number 2, problem that and reason that no one's buying your book. Your book cover is probably trash, in my opinion. And it doesn't really tell a story. When you think of books like The People Factor, when you think of books like The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team and Atomic Habits and Average Sucks and Start with Why and Essentialism and The One Thing, all of these book covers are telling a story. Okay. You want your book cover to be able to tell the story of what your book title is communicating through words. So does your book cover, is it captivating? Is it professional? Does it scream that, oh, I'm interested in this? Is it something that, is something that hooks your reader in regards to the color? Does it even align with your what your book is about? Stop just throwing your pictures on your book cover and being that is the thing that's captivating people. I would recommend personally, and this is getting off script, but I would recommend personally, if you're not an author, a New York Times bestselling author that is notable, an entertainer, an athlete, a politician, or someone that is a notable figure, I would recommend you removing your face from your book title, especially if you're writing a nonfiction book. Okay. So, reason number two is that your book cover doesn't tell a story and it's not captivating an audience. If your book is inside thousands of other books inside a bookstore, inside a library, why would I choose or navigate to your book versus the many, many other books that are sitting in the bookshelves? Okay. Number three is that your book title, it doesn't hook them in, and your subtitle doesn't communicate a story. When you think about books like, and this is next to me, so The People Factor, how building great relationships and ending bad ones unlocks your God given purpose. When you think of books like The Five Dysfunctions of a Team, a leadership fable, okay? Your book title is the hook that draws your reader in. Your book subtitle, especially if you're writing a nonfiction book, that is the explanation of what the book is specifically about. When we think about books like Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek, the subtitle is why some teams pull together and then others don't. Okay. So when you think about your book title, that's the hook. That's the ooh, that's the what's that about? And then when they read the subtitle, that's the explanation of what the book is about. That then leads a person to doing what? Turning around the book and reading the book description. That then leads the person to potentially opening the book up here and then maybe learning a little bit more about the author bio or about the book. Okay. So when you think about these first three things, these are critical. You have to be able to explain the contents of your book in a captivating, clear, and concise way. Number two is that your book cover has to be able to tell a story that communicates the visual of what the book title represents. And then number three, you have to have a book title that hooks your audience in, draws attention, and has them wanting to learn more and asking questions. Once we have those three things, now number four, we covered it a little bit earlier, but number four is that your book description has to be captivating. Reason number four is that your book description isn't captivating. So I'm just going to read the first two sentences of a book like The People Factor. The right relationship will launch you to the heights of achievement. The wrong one will tether you to mediocrity. Your relationships will be your sources of great joy and your venues of greatest pain. Van Moody says, when people show you who they are, pay attention, right? So that's that one. It's captivating. It's drawing you in. It's telling a story. Book description number two for The Five Dysfunctions of a Team. In The Five Dysfunctions of a Team, Patrick Lencioni offers a leadership fable that is compelling and enthralling as it's realistic, relevant, and practical. Through his keen intellect and storytelling power, he turns to the fascinating, complex world of teams. All right. And then he communicates who he is in the description. What I recommend is that in your book description, depending on the length of description and then depending on the design of your overall book, you want to be able to feature the author as well as the overall contents of the book inside the book description. Now, with a shorter author bio, whether it's in the book, on the back of the book, or included in the chapters of the book towards the end of the book, those different things are, they want to be able to focus on you, your expertise. And there's different videos that I have on my channel about how you would break down a book title. How do we identify the elements of a book description? How do we identify the elements of a specific book cover? Okay. So in the essence of this video, you want to be able to have a book description that does a few things. You want to be able to communicate the overall why. Why do you want to be able to read this book? You want to identify the who. Who are you and who would benefit most by reading this book? Then the what. What are the things that are going to be covered in this book that would help me receive the transformation that I need? And then the who, what we call the who squared, is the person writing this book. Why should I listen to this person? So why should I listen to this person? Who is the audience that would benefit from this book? What are they going to gain? and then why should they read this book now? Okay, so when you think about the different reasons in writing your book description, whether you're working with an editor or publishing team or trying to write it yourself, these are the different components that I would definitely recommend on a high level in the essence of the time of this video for you to consider as you're writing your book description. Then number 5, this is the most important in regards to reasons why no one's buying your book, is your marketing isn't transformative, it's informative. In a recent video, I talk about that one of the biggest reasons and the mistakes that a lot of authors make is that they write information packed books that offer no transformation, or they write transformative theoretical books that offer no real information for someone to be able to digest. You want to be able to have a balance between information transformation as well as storytelling in a way that captivates a reader, communicates and connects with the reader, as well as teaches a reader what they need to be able to move through this process of transformation in whatever industry or genre that you're writing about. Okay. So you don't want to just talk about your book in your marketing. Okay. You want to be able to talk about the experience that someone will have by engaging, reading, or working through the contents in your book. I know that my book, The Writer's Game, The Business Behind Your Story, talks about publishing, it talks about promotion, and it talks about the different things in regards to how to promote and how to build a business beyond your book. Now, the experience that someone will get from reading The Writer's Game, The Business Behind Your Story, is they'll be able to build an ascension model, a clear ascension model that will overall increase the lifetime value of their customer. They will be able to create an experience where they don't get stressed out, overwhelmed, or experience writer's block and be able to deliver in a way that gets their book published and out into the marketplace within 45 to 60 days. They will be able to have a clear day by day process on their promotion and the launching of their book through a pre-launch, launch, and post-launch process where they'll be given specific systems that I use, worksheets, content, models and methods that I've been able to leverage with thousands of authors across the board and across industries that have worked for them. Through the book, I give specific questions to consider and create an experience where they don't feel overwhelmed in every single step built on the one previous so that they feel supported throughout their process. When you think about your marketing of your book, how is it transformative? How are you transforming the lives of the readers? Whether it's transforming something that they're doing on a daily basis, a perspective that they've had, or a way that they are engaging in their business, their teams, their families, whatever it is that they're a part of, what communities that they're a part of. So step number 1, I want you to build a book or write a book that you're able to clearly explain. Okay. Market a book that you're able to clearly explain. Number 2 is create a book cover and work with a book designer that tells a story on the book cover. Number 3, have a title that is captivating, that hooks the reader in, and a subtitle that explains the contents that a reader will be able to gain from the book. Number 4 is that you want to be able to have a book description that is clear and concise, that that someone will be able to read and they understand, well, this is for me. This is why it's for me. This is why I need to read it. This is what I'm going to gain. And this is the transformation that I'm going to get. And this person writing this book is an authority in this specific space. Okay. And then with number 5, you want to be able to market your book in a way that's transformative, not just informative. And you want to be able to create an experience in your marketing where someone will be able to understand completely why I should read this book and what transformation and what major change this is going to be able to have in my life. What problem is this going to solve in my life? Once you do that, you'll be able to increase your marketing, you'll be able to increase your bottom line, and you'll be able to increase the level of impact that you have within your specific audience. Guys, if you like this video, I want you to like it. I want you to subscribe to the channel, and I want you to share it with like 3 people, okay? Click the link down in the comment section and buy my newest book, The Writer's Game, The Business Behind Your Story, and we'll see you guys next video.